This channel is making over $10,000 per month with AI-generated videos. And now you can create such videos in minutes. Check this out. With just one prompt, I created this viral video. Stay tuned and I'll show you how with this tool you can get a script, generate consistent characters, and then animate it with AI. Trust me, if you do this yourself, it will take you hours and hours of your time. I'm talking about a tool called LTX Studio, and here's an example of what I made. Let's just dive straight in and let me show you how you can create something like that. But before I do, let me know in the comment section below if you'd like to see other AI-generated videos. Now, what we can do here is create a story from a prompt, or we can visualize our concept. If you already have a story and a script, you can paste it in here and it'll recreate it exactly as you want. But now, let's just start with a prompt here. You can write out your idea, but let me use ChatGPT to write a story for us. I had a short idea, so I simply wrote, based on the idea below, write me a 2-minute story, and I pasted my story idea. Now just copy and paste it and we'll have our video nearly ready. Then what it does is come up with entire characters for you. I just gave it the name David and now it comes up with the name David Carter. Then we can change the aspect ratio to 16:9. Then for the video style, we have so many different styles that we can choose from, but I think for this kind of video futuristic style will work best. But if your story is based on Earth, in medieval or anime setup, make sure to pick the right style. You can do anything else like fantasy art, 3D model, origami, or cyberpunk. There are so many different levers you can pull to make your video the best it can be. As mentioned, I'm going to go with futuristic, and the great thing I love about this is you can add characters to your list. I have now 2 characters in my video, and you can have even more than that and they will remain consistent. Isn't that cool? If you click on edit, you can change their name and their age. So let's say, for example, I do a guy that's 38 years old, it will also change the look of this person. You can even change their clothing. Now you can also choose their voiceover, so let's listen to this.
Man's man values respect and equality. He treats others with dignity and kindness, regardless of gender, race, or background.
That sounds pretty good, so I'm going to stick with Carter's edge for a Carter. What a coincidence. Now we hit apply, and then once your prompt is ready, you can click on start. Our story is now ready, and this is what it comes up with, scene number 1. Then we have a voiceover with.
Dust settled around me. I stood in disbelief, staring at the destruction of our greenhouse.
All that sounds pretty cool already, and then we have these 5 images. Once you think these images look good, you can generate the video, but I will do that later. So then we have scene number 2. Just take a look at these images. They look so cool to me. That's just from one short prompt that was literally made by ChatGPT. It has made an entire scene with multiple different images, a storyline, voiceovers, sound effects, and even a cool looking story to it. It almost becomes like a superhero story that I can create in less than 5 minutes. Now let me actually show you what else you can do with this. Here we can change the shot types. You can go from a close-up to an extreme close-up, medium shot, wide shot, from below, above, bird's eye view. You can do all of that. Maybe this one will be cool if we do a bird's eye view. So there we are. Here's our bird's eye view, kind of like a drone view if you would say. Then take a look at this. We can also add in our character. If we type in add, then we can select our character and then our character will be in the shot. Now, if you're not happy with the way your character looks, you can once again change it. You can even face swap him, so you can import your own face if you like. If the shot doesn't look quite as good as you're hoping for, then you can go to the shot editor and here you can change the frame. You can change the prompt of this. I've changed the prompt to a vast Martian landscape. Then you can do a scene override, you can change the lighting, the weather, you can add everything in there. You can also change the motion, so if you want to have minimal camera motion, then you pick scene motion. If you want to have natural, then it's more balanced, and if you want to go extreme, it speaks for itself. Now I'm going to keep it natural. I'm just going to keep it like this, change the duration if you want to, and then you hit generate video. Now this video will be generated. Now we go back to the storyboard and we can do this for each individual shot. Also, let's say if you want to change the scene, you can just drag it from here and move it around in your timeline. I'd like to keep this as 1 because I think the storyline is already pretty good, but you can change the voiceover, change the sounds of each scene, you can even add in an extra shot if you'd like to, and then once you're ready you have to generate all the videos. But first, let's go through all of the scenes to see if it looks good. Scene 1 looks good. Once you're ready, you can export it. Now before we do that, I urge you to check out the soundtrack because the soundtrack might be copyrighted. Now what you can do instead is upload your own soundtracks from places like Artlist, Epidemic Sound, SoundCloud or wherever you get your soundtracks from. Once you're ready, you can preview it or you can click on export. Then you have to generate all the static shots, so let me just generate them. Now it will generate these 18 shots for me. This usually takes a minute or two. What you can do is export it as a pitch deck. That's great if you're an artist or a filmmaker and you want to pitch your video to others, or you can just do it as a video. But you can also export it straight to Premiere, and that is pretty cool to me that you can edit it even further in Adobe Premiere or DaVinci Resolve. Here's a preview of the video I just made. After that, I will showcase you 2 or 3 more different projects that you can make with this.
His voice cut through my thoughts, reminding me of the urgency we faced. Without food, we had little time left. I took a deep breath, gathering my team, knowing we needed to act fast.
So that was pretty cool, but keep in mind that's not the only style that you can do there. I had a futuristic style here. Let's take a look at this. I recreated the Battle of Thermopylae between the Spartans and the Achaemenid Persian Empire. It may come in handy if you plan to create a documentary channel. Now, I also have created a few other projects, so here I have one that is fantasy art. This style also works really well. I would say if you're using this, keep the motion of your video to a minimum, to like a scene. This way you don't have these weird glitches with hands, hair or eyes or anything like that. It will just change something by a little bit. And with this style, I believe it may work well. You can try out all of these different styles yourself. There's beta pricing for this tool and a free trial, so if you want to try it out, make sure to do this as soon as possible. Now, if you want to see more videos where I use AI to grow on YouTube, make sure to subscribe and then check the video that's on the screen right now.